Alright, everyone, we're gonna try this again. Think we fixed the issue with Joshua, so let me get him in. There he is.
My
All right,
guy.
here we go. Here we
I
go.
like,
Here we
there we go. Glad we fixed the issue. Glad we figured out what was going on. Simple
Yeah,
things, simple things.
yeah. Yes,
Happy
sir.
Friday to you, man.
You too. You too. How's everything?
Everything's real good. Can't complain, man. Living in my passion, my purpose. So that's actually the title of today's podcast. So I
I
always like to live my passion, my purpose. So I'm good.
see. That's a. That's the number one thing you could do.
Yes, sir.
Whatever God bless you with, that's what you got to do. So,
So true, man. So true. And I know that's what you're doing. I know we had a call obviously a couple of weeks ago, and you inspired the title for this podcast
oh,
based on that
really?
conversation. Yeah, you did seriously. But yeah, based on that conversation, based on how you got to where you are, and just your passion for what you do, and how that brought about the purpose. So I figured it's a fitting title for this particular podcast that you'll be on. So yeah, you inspired that title. So for sure.
Um, hey, thank God for that, man.
Yeah,
That's good. That's great. That's awesome.
yeah. So I'm going to give you a brief intro. I'm going to introduce everyone to you. So everyone, this is Joshua. He's a massage therapist. He also has a business called Mind Over Matter Allied Health, which is amazing. He also does fitness. So he's like this blend, this hybrid, which is pretty amazing. If you go follow his page, you'll see exactly what I mean. And we'll put those in the notes at the end of the podcast, but you'll see exactly what I mean. Like I mentioned, he has a passion for what he does. He's purposeful with it, which makes it a bit different, makes him unique, right? Different from a lot of massage therapists, not to judge them or anything like that, but there's a difference when someone goes about their business with passion and a purpose, and it shows. So, everyone, this is Joshua.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Name again is Joshua Smith. Yes, I'm the owner of Mind Over Matter Allied Health LLC. Well, I'm a massage therapist, a physical therapist assistant, and also I'm certified in lymphatic drainage. I also got my bachelor's degree in bachelor's in education, actually, at the
Okay.
university. I'm working as a massage therapist and physical therapist assistant as well. So,
Wow, everything. I love it, man. Love it. All right, let's get into it. So, how did you get into massage therapy? How did it become a thing for you?
so I started massage actually long, long time ago when I was young. When my mom was a single parent at the time, and she was working like over 40 hours a week. So when she would come home, she was stressed and everything. Single parents, that's kind of tough,
Hmm.
having two kids, and she had help, but still, all those long hours of working and everything like that. So I used to come home and, just started giving her massages. And she was telling me, she always told me that, man, you're pretty good. So from one day started two, and then 3 days and 4 days, and it almost went into a week. And I was
Wow.
telling her, hey, you got to start paying me for this. And I I was 6 years old, and that's where it started. And then my grandmother and my uncles stayed with us as well. So I used to do them. I used to give them massages as well throughout the day. After school and stuff like that. Um, and then my mom married my stepfather. So and he had like a cable company, and his was like a lot of labor, so he had a lot of hard work. What he was doing, he used to come home like dead tired, sweaty, and everything like that. So, same thing. I started giving him massages too, and everybody in the family was like, "Oh man, you're excellent. This what God bless you with. You should,
Mm.
purpose." So, fast forward, moving on, I started doing some of my friends in the neighborhood because We all played. Well, we were all athletes in middle school and high school. So my friend played. Both of my friends played basketball. I played football and I ran track. So I started doing them as well. Just to like practice and stuff like that. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
like that, of course, but just to practice. So same thing. And then they were good. They said I was doing good. So from there, I went to college at Miami-Dade Medical after I graduated high school. I'm sorry, not Miami-Dade Medical, Miami-Dade actually. And I got my AA in physical therapy because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do physical therapy. I'm doing,
Mm.
but I like physical therapy, so got my AA, graduated there, transferred to the University of Miami. And when I was at University of Miami, I was kind of like at a crossroads. I was like, I don't think I want to do anything in the medical field. I was kind of like not tired of it, but I was like, I just want to work in sports. That's the only thing I want to do. I want to work in sports. This is my passion. I'm not going to do physical therapy no more, and I'm not going to do massage therapy. I'm gonna just straight work in sports. Because in order for you to get accepted to physical therapy program, you have to have your bachelor's first, and then once you get your bachelor's, you apply to the physical therapy school.
Mm.
So. Um, did that. Worked in sports. Worked for the Dolphins. Interned for the Dolphins. Volunteered for the Dolphins. I volunteered for like a lot of programs. The Orange Bowl committee, which I'm still a part of. I'm the executive board committee.
Wow.
Um, just everywhere, man. Breast cancer awareness events. Just any major event like the Orange Bowl here, of course. They had back in 2012. It was a double event. The college football, I forgot what Alabama played. Who they played? Notre Dame. I was at,
Oh.
I was everywhere. I just thought,
Ooh.
this is sports. This is it. So then, um, once I was about to graduate, I was like, I started working in the field, and I just started seeing things. I was like, I don't. This is not for me. So I just started praying like real heavy, asking God, like what's my future? What should I do? And then, he said, hey, I blessed you with hands, so go and do your thing. So when I was in school, once I graduated, I had to go back for like a semester because I didn't finish physics. Yeah, I didn't finish like 2 or 3 science courses. So I had to stay extra semester. So once I completed that, I applied. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna actually listen this time. I applied for nurse. I applied for physical therapy school and nursing. Yeah, I applied for both. I didn't get into physical therapy school. I almost did, but I got like an interview because I wanted to go to UM. I didn't want to go to like nowhere else, and I was pretty much familiar with like all of the professors and all of the staff and things of that nature. So I'm like, this is it. Like, if I don't go here, then hey, I'm not doing it. So I applied. I met with everybody. So I'm thinking I applied one time before. This was the second time. One time before I didn't get in. So the second time when
Mm.
I met everybody, like I got the interview. They sent me email confirmation. So I'm like, oh, this is it. Now, mind you,
Yeah.
so I also applied for nursing school. I got in nursing school. I got in nursing school at UM. So they told me because they had to accept 60 students, and I was like 62 or something, like 61, something like it was crazy. Like I was almost there. And
Wow.
I accepted. So they were just telling me about a physical therapy assistant program because every year you have to apply to physical therapy, and it's like you kind of like wasting time unless if you're trying to go back to school, improve your GPA. My GPA was pretty. It was okay. It wasn't like a 4.0. I think it was like a 3.3 or something like that.
Ooh, that's
But
still good.
like the top 4.0, 4.5. So they were telling me about Miami-Dade Medical Program, physical therapy assistant. So I went there, I applied, and I got in. So I was in physical therapy school for a year and a half, and the first semester was brutal, man. The first 2 semesters were brutal. That's like we out. They try to weed you out, man. So with all this functional anatomy, I mean, I was pretty good, 'cause I knew most of the stuff, but it got like really deep into like the muscles and the OIANs, the origin, the insertion, the action, and the nerve of one muscle.
Dang.
I don't know. We had to kind of like, I would say, memorize it, um, because it was just so in depth. And at the time I was working. What was I working? Oh yeah, I was working at the hospital at Jackson. I was working with mental health patients, which was like the hardest job I ever had in my life.
I'm
So
sure.
I was working. So I would go to school. When I started school, I would go to school in the morning and afternoon, and then work at night. And so I would work from 7 p to 7 a. So it was 12 hours. At first it started with 8 hours, and then they switched it to 12 hours. So I would work overnight. And so yeah, just working hard, man, working out, studying like crazy. Cause I wasn't
Yeah.
the top in my class at all. Like I'm just tell you straight up. But I was a hard worker. And they saw that. So I stayed in the books everywhere, highlighters, pens. You got like different type blue
But colorful as hell.
every, all on the computer, on the laptop, in the lab. We had a uh I forgot it. His name was Armando, but he was just like a staff at the program. So if you like needed any help, you're like go and see him. And he was in the program, so he really knew. He was like a straight A student, so he really knew, like a lot of physical therapy work. So I was with him a lot. Like I had his number, personal number. I call him. I know I annoyed him. Like I mean, I was annoying him because he, man, you always, yeah, like I gotta get it.
Hmm.
And the grading system for it was even tough. So a 77, that's a C. That's starting off. That's not a 70. A
Wow.
70 is a C. 80, 85 was a B, and a 94 was an A. So if you get like a 75, that's failing. You know,
Wow.
you would have to get like 77s and up. So it was pretty tough, man. Like I really went through it, and I remember like I used to not like pass or like barely pass like tests sometimes, and I used to have to go to my professors. Well, it all depends what class you at, because we have 3 professors. So if you didn't pass on one professor, you would have to see that professor. Go to their hours and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
the toughest teacher, her name was Dr. Carmona, and I used to stay in her. Oh my God, stay in her office. Y'all still dread going there, but golly. But she was just telling me, like certain mistakes I missed and things, and like easy questions. She was like, "Man, how did you get that wrong?" Like, so. But she was tough. But you need that toughness. You really need
Yeah.
that, and it really made me, man. Like I used to be up when I mean late, like all night, man. Just grinding, looking at YouTube videos, seeing what muscle works, what does this, if this happens, just like I was just grinding, man. I was really on it. So and that was yeah, a year and a half, and then we went on to we had to like go to other like physical therapy places and put our time in and stuff like that. That was pretty good. I really enjoyed that. So once I graduated physical therapy school, took the test. The test was unbelievably hard, like unbelievably hard. I
Wow.
had the first time, it was 200 questions and 150 count, but 50 don't count. But you don't know the 50 that do count. So it's like you
Wow.
have to answer every question. The first time I took it, the first half of the test was super easy. I'm like, man, I over and that's another thing too. When we graduated and I studied for the test, like I would study like 8 hours, like a
Wow.
like for real. And people always call me crazy and oh man, you study too much. And probably I was. I probably was overdoing it. sometimes not taking breaks and just trying to, just trying to get it.
Yeah.
Um, but when I finally took the test, I'm like, the first half, I'm like, oh man, this test is easy, man. First, and then that last half came. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
those first 50 questions probably didn't count. They probably did 30. So I passed. I didn't pass by like a 600 is passing, and I got like a 595. So I didn't pass
Wow.
something like that.
Crazy.
I was like crying. I was at work. I'm like, damn, man, I ain't passed, this and that. So I took it. I took it again. And I'm like, okay, so I got to switch up my style. Like, I got to see what I didn't do right. Like, what I did wrong and did that. And then this time, it was still hard. The test was still hard. And then the facility we had in, I think the AC was broken or something like that. So I was like sweating. And what was up? Sweating. Like, it's crazy. But I passed. I got a 620. So
Yo.
I passed. Started working in physical therapy doing home health. Did that. That was like 2018. I'm still doing that right now, but I did that for like 7, 8 months. Then I got this opportunity to go to Phoenix. So one day I was looking at a football game. I think the Vikings was playing Green Bay, and I saw one of my friends who went to UM because she was doing she was working for the Vikings, but I forgot I think she was I forgot what her role was. But anyways, I saw her and I'm like, oh, that's Michaela, right? So
Yeah.
so I'm trying to call everybody. Hey, you got Michaela's number? You got Michaela's number? Everybody like, no, I won't have her number. So I go I go um I go on Google and I tried to just Google her name. I forgot. And then I saw this opportunity in Phoenix. It was like NFL Combine something. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I clicked on it, and it was like an application. For that application, sent it. So I got in contact. His name's Brett Fisher. So he's up there in Phoenix, and spoke with him one Saturday for like an hour. And he was like, yeah, man, come on up. So I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So I go up there, I pay like all my bills for like 4 months. Like I'm saving all this money. It was like 4 months, nothing. I just pay everything. And then I'm trying to calculate, okay, how much money I need on a month there.
Hmm.
I need a car, I need this, because Phoenix is big, so you need a car.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm good. So I go up there. Man, miscalculated by like almost $2,000.
Dang.
My first month, man, let me tell you something. God is good, bro. Like my table didn't come. Like my table got shipped my massage table got shipped to Chicago, all types. So I didn't like my first month. It was like, and this was an intern. This was like a internship. So you're not getting paid. So you
Yeah.
just there like to train athletes. They teach you certain techniques, strength training. And so my first month, I was like hanging onto a thread. So I finally got my table, got shipped back to me. And I noticed when I was up there, the athletes weren't getting no like recovery work. I mean, and back then I wasn't a massage therapist, so I couldn't massage. So I was just like stretching them, things of that nature and stuff like that. And they were telling me, oh, they're not doing that and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, I started going to their houses, like stretching um, doing like mobility work for like physical therapy and stuff like that. Um, so I started, doing well off that, and I was in Phoenix for like 4 months, yeah, from January to April. That was a great experience. I met a lot of people. It was wonderful. And let me tell you something. If you're in Phoenix, you have to drink water. Like you have.
That shit's hot as hell. It is hot
It's
and
you know,
dry.
yeah. I'm from Miami, so it's humid out here. You know,
Yeah.
um, So it's a different heat. It's a heat you can take though. It's a heat you can take. It's not that well to me. It wasn't that bad. I don't know if I'm from Florida or whatever, but
Yeah.
bad. But the thing is the dehydration. So it for me it didn't hit me like I'm like, oh man, it's hot out here. But you know you could get around not drinking no water or whatever. So I
Yeah.
would just a little bit. And one night I went to sleep. Every hour on the hour, I got up and I had to drink water. And my mouth was dry. My throat was dry. I was super dehydrated. So,
That's crazy. So you
yeah,
mentioned so Phoenix, how did you so with your massage obviously going to your path, right? So from Phoenix, how did you get to Florida?
yeah. So after Phoenix, I got back, and I was running low. Like I had money, I was running low, so I had to get a job at this place doing physical therapy again. And it was a car accident place. So, um, but it was mostly insurance. So at the end of every therapy session, you would have to give an 8 minute massage, right?
Gotcha.
And I was massaging everybody. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're so wonderful. You're great. You know, you should really think about going to massage." I was like, "Yeah," and I thought I was like, okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But one day I massaged this lady. I can't remember her name, and she was a truck driver. And she told me I massaged her, but it was something different. Like when I felt like, because as a massage therapist, you know, when you do effleurage or whatever, you really start feeling the heat, like your hands get
Mm,
like that. But it was a different type of like energy. I'm like, man, what's this? Like, you know, I'm really feeling this heat or whatever.
yeah.
I gave her like an extra like 5 minutes on the massage. So she was like, oh my God. She was like, son, you got hands of the Holy Spirit. Oh my,
Uh,
like you really need to get a massage. So when she said that, I was like, man, let me stop playing. Let me go ahead and register.
hmm
So I go ahead, go to school, and I know because the same people, because it was the same school I was in at Miami Dade Medical. Um, so they kind of like intertwine like massage therapy and physical therapy. Like you know the same professors
Yeah.
and professors before. So I went there, applied, got in. Um, that was 2 semesters. So it was fall. It was fall 2019. Yeah, and spring. But during spring, you know, the corona happened.
Yep.
Virus happened. So while we were in school, we had to like switch everything up like to digital and we had to we basically didn't go to class. Which like this basically in class.
Yeah.
So did that, went to school, and then while I was in class, my professor was telling me about a sports massage therapy internship at Bomberitos. So, and that was January of 2020. So, again, all of the college players came down who were getting ready for the combine. We had to do a modified lymphatic drainage technique on them, and also like you know other massage therapy techniques. So that
Mm,
that was 3 months. I met a lot of people, networked over there as well. That was another great opportunity. Of
that's
course,
cool, man.
yeah, that was in Miami though. So once I got done with that, I finished. I took the test. That was another. I thought the test was. You know, I'm thinking I'm a physical therapist, so I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I
You
don't
got
have to
this.
4 months. You know, I don't
Yeah.
all this. I'm pretty good. You know.
Yeah, you got this. Yeah.
I followed everything. You know, I went ahead and they was telling us what to do. You know, make sure you take tests, buy this book, study this, and I did that. But I was like, you know, I just need a month. You know, I don't need 4 months.
Yeah.
And I was doing pretty good on like the pre-test and stuff. Man, I got to that test. I was like, oh my God, here we go again. The difference about physical therapy and massage therapy about the test is like with physical therapy, you could go back to your question. So if you think, you know,
Mm,
right, whatever, you can go back. Massage therapy, you answer it and you hit next. That's it. You can't go back.
got you.
So I did that. They told me I passed right away. I'm like, thank God. And then ever since then, I've been working in. I started my business in 2019 with my mentor. My mentor at that time, we got together and we both came up with the name. I had multiple names, but this one really stuck out with me about my brand and everything like that. And then,
Yeah,
I just combined everything together and went from there. So since
that's amazing, man.
yeah, I've been doing real good. And during the Corona, you would think, oh, because of 6 feet, you can't do this or
Yep.
that. You would think, oh, massage therapists are doing like bad, but it was vice versa, man. I
But
had that
yeah,
calling me, and I started. Back then, I didn't really understand the marketing, but right now I'm getting better with the marketing. So, I started marketing right. I just started running ads and stuff like that, and people,
yeah,
seeing it. And from there, man, people been booking me, and I looked at my Excel sheet. I'm like, man, I'm doing real good, man, working for myself, man.
yeah.
So it's
That's
been
awesome, man.
it's
I
been a
love that.
blessing.
I love that journey in terms of, you following that path. And there's a lot that you said, right? There are a couple of highlights that I want to take away from that. One, there was a consistency of people telling you you were good at it, right? Whether it was your family in terms of your mom, right, your stepdad, or even your friends in high school, the lady truck driver, right? Like these people
Yeah,
telling you you're good. So I always tell people a sign of what you're good at or your passion is when someone else recognizes something in you, right? And that was consistent throughout. And then just you and your grind and you keep going after it, whether it's the physical therapy or even the massage specifically, the exams that you had to take, right, or retake in some instances, right, the long studying sessions, or even going to the volunteering, right, or the internship where you weren't getting paid, like those things that you did, you sacrificed your time to get the exposure, to make the connections, things like that. That says a lot on your journey, man. So I want to highlight that, and just that totally makes sense to me. When you're passionate about something and you want to get after it, you do those things and you sacrifice. So
right,
that
right.
totally makes sense.
Not gonna. Sometimes but it's never for me. It's never about the money, man. It's really about how bad you want it, and how bad you want it is, are you willing to work for free? Nobody wants
Mm,
nobody wants to do that, but
true.
have to. You have to start. We have to start somewhere, man.
No, I totally agree.
Got big aspirations to work with big time clients, but it's not gonna just bam all of a sudden appear. No, it's levels. It's
Totally
levels,
agree with you.
right?
So,
So, hmm
and to that point, right? So I have a question based on that. So to that point, like you said, there are levels to it, right? And you have to want it. What drives you, or what's your motivational factor to that keeps you going, that keeps you going after your dreams and your goals? What keeps you going? What drives you?
I wanna. Okay, so right now I don't have any kids or anything of that nature, but I wanna leave a legacy. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
I want a legacy. What drives me is my the legacy, my family. I want to be able to one day to just like pay all my mom's bills,
Yeah, I feel you.
bills and pay plus pay my mom's bill. I'm doing that right now a little bit, but I want to fully.
Shout out moms. Shout out moms.
Yeah, so I think the legacy is more important, even if my kids, don't want to be a massage because they probably don't want to be a massage therapist. So, but still something to leave. They have that option. Or my niece, because I have a niece, I can leave it to her. But
Yeah.
somewhere you want to kind of stamp, like, hey, I did this. This was me. Well, God blessed me with this, and this is what I want to leave to my future generation, because it's about generational wealth, man. So
Whew.
that's
Hmm. Preach.
me, So I
Yes.
I want to. I read a quote the other day. I was on Instagram and someone said, "I'm getting it out the mud right now, so my kids could just get it out the garden and pick from it." You
Hmm.
know, I was like, "Yo,
Ooh.
that's deep. That's
Wow.
like
That's really.
first you getting it from the ground up, and then once that rain come and that sun and and all that start, you know,
Yeah,
bam, my kids can just go to the garden, just pick and say, hey, that's what I want.
that's
That's
amazing, man.
that's you know and like I said, not just for my kids, but for anybody, you know, that I, you know, deem who, hey, they need this. So
Yeah, no, I feel you. The ones who you care about, the ones who you value, the ones who you love.
right,
I got you. I'm with you on that. And
right,
that
right,
circle, that circle. I got you.
right.
Totally
And
got you.
you know, my passion, man, that drives me. Just a lot of things drive me, man. Because sometimes you just say, man, I got to do this. You know,
Yup.
you just have to do it. You know,
No,
well, you
totally agree.
have to, but for me, I'm talking about me. I
No, I
know.
know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I feel you on that. Just that's a really good point because a lot of people, whether they're in corporate America doing entrepreneurship, they come across a roadblock, right? And they're
Right,
like, "Well, forget this. I'm done." To your
right.
point, if you're passionate about something, if like you are, you'll drive past that, right? You're like, "I got to get this done." Like regardless of what roadblock comes up, like you're gonna have that drive to go past it because you're passionate about it. So it's a difference, and that totally
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's gonna be some roadblocks, man. The road's not gonna be a straight, nice, you know, comfortable road, man. You're gonna have some dents in there, you know,
Yeah.
big rocks, you know. So, but then that's what makes you, you know,
Mm,
because when you look back, you be like, man, I did all this, man, and you could do it.
yeah,
You don't know how much strength you actually have, you know, until you go through something, you know.
that's
So,
true. That's so true, man. So this road that you've been on, this journey you've been on, and you mentioned the word experience earlier. What would you say has been your most rewarding experience up to this point of your journey? What's been the most rewarding experience?
well, that experience with that lady was very rewarding. I mean, when I say okay, when you say rewarding, when I say rewarding, I don't think about like money or nothing like that,
Oh,
you
not
know.
at all. Neither do I. Same page.
Okay, just the ability, man. My reward is the ability when I'm done with you, when I'm done with a massage, when I complete my massage, and then you get up and you feel brand new. That's
Mm,
what, you
mm,
know. Like when you come to
yeah.
me, oh man, my neck. Because a lot of people we keep stress like in the neck area, the neck, the shoulder area, and the lower back and stuff like that. But pain could be anywhere. So for me to actually massage you and then treat you, heal you, bro, that's
Wow.
rewarding. That's rewarding. And get up and get up and say, I have people say, man, I feel like brand new, or I feel great. I feel perfect. I'm like, for real. And at first, when I was doing it, I was like, man, is this real? Like, you know, you got to catch yourself sometimes. Like, and me. And I think a lot of people don't celebrate themselves as much. I
Mm,
know, and that's something I got to work on. But, yeah, to come back and say, man, I just did that. Yeah, because God blessed you with a gift. He's not
ooh,
my, he's not my hands. He's God's hands. So when
wow.
when I massage, I usually pray before I massage. You know, I always ask you to believe in God. If not, then I say a prayer in my head. You know, because I can't disrespect anyone's
Mm-hmm.
belief. So I do that, and then yeah, and you can feel it every time I like in my hands. I feel like energy, man. So and I close my eyes because that's how I'm thinking. You know, so
Yeah.
just the ability to bless somebody, to share your energy with somebody, to share God's energy with somebody.
Mm.
That's amazing, man. So when they feel like, man, I feel like when somebody said, I feel like nothing even happened to me. I was like, yeah, something
Wow.
like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
man, God is good, bro. So
That's amazing, man.
that's it. That's
I
it for
love
me.
like that's the reward, and we're definitely on the same page with it not being monetary, to your point, right? the
Right.
reward coming from someplace else in terms of being of service to others. And that's exactly what that is. And I love
Right.
that you said that. That's so important, that because that's another driving factor, like wanting to help other people, being of service to other people, to use your word, healing other
Right.
people. And that's powerful, man. And how you bring that together, with your beliefs and how you blend that, that's powerful. So I definitely respect and admire that a lot, for sure. That's amazing, man. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, so I have one more question, but before that question, man, I want to acknowledge you, just for really being passionate about what you do, like I mentioned, having a purpose behind it, being driven, staying on that rocky road, right? Staying on that road in your journey, going through the roadblocks that you have, up to this point, and I'm sure others will come up, right? And just having the passion behind it to get through that, helping others, being of service to others, combining that with your beliefs. That's just powerful. So I just want to acknowledge you for that, man. That's powerful. I admire and respect that. So I just want to acknowledge you for that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I receive your blessings, brother. Same
Right.
as you as well for having this platform, to go out and reach out to medical health professionals and just give them this platform to speak and
Yeah.
giving their experience, letting people, in the world know about the experience, or in the Instagram world, however you want to say, about,
Mm-hmm.
and what they have to go through to get to um you know to get to where they are right now in life, or the little stages that they have to go through.
True.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. Yeah, I really appreciate it. When
No problem, man.
I got the DM, I had looked and I was like, okay, let me see what it's about, because you got these.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like,
I was
nah.
so I look, okay, oh, real. This is really real, right. So thank you, man. Thank you for that.
No
Thank,
problem at all, man. No problem. So the last question. So, when you envision the best version of Joshua in terms of your capabilities, your abilities, all these things, the best version of Joshua, what does that look like? What does the best version of Joshua look like?
the best version of Joshua is, first and foremost, if you're not well yourself, you
Mm,
you treat other people. So my
mm,
best myself is getting self care. Cause see, a lot of people, like a lot of massage therapists. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot. I know some massage therapists that they don't even get massages. They don't. They
no.
take care of themselves. Yeah, and that was me a little while ago too. You know, so you have to take care of yourself first. So me being taking care of myself first, because then I'm at 100%, right? So
Hmm.
I'm at 100%. Guess what? This massage is about to be at 1,000%. Straight up. So
Yeah.
I would say self care number one. Um, my mindset. You got to have a strong mindset. Your mental has to be that would definitely self care is number two. The mindset has to be number one. Mindset
Hmm.
number one. You got to stay prayed up. If that's your thing or that's your belief, but that is for me. Your spirit has
Definitely.
your spirit has to be right, and then you'll go from there. And then physical. I'm in fitness, so you gotta.
Hmm.
This massage it really helps me. Like working out really helps the massage, especially deep tissue or sports massage.
Yeah.
Really get in there. I could really get in there. So it's a combination of mindset, self care, physical, um, spiritual, and emotional. Because I
Whew.
tell you, massage is all that. Like it's been time when people tell me that, like, oh, okay, yeah. But when I have like a long day, and I'm like, oh man, they ain't lying. It could be draining. So you have to take care of it. You have to take care of it. Once you take care of
Wow.
yourself, take care of your clients. Clients are happy. That makes me happy. That should make you happy as well. You know,
Yeah.
from there, your business, bam.
I
Man,
love that.
hear you. It's a word of mouth is the biggest. No matter how much marketing and ads and stuff, I'm still doing it. But still, when somebody say something about you, and they say, "Hey, let me tell you something." When they do this, when they hit my life, this guy's awesome. He's great. Here's his card. You guys need to go and check him out. Damn. No
Yo,
talk. That's it, man.
true. That's true, man.
That's the best version of me, man.
I love that, man. Seriously, and the point you made in terms of your self care, taking care of you, so you can give 1,000% to others. That's so true. I'm a firm believer in you have to show up for yourself first before you show up for others to be
Right.
the best version of you to show up for anyone else or anything that you do. So I totally agree with you, man. I agree with you 1,000% for real. For real. For real though. Dude, this
Thank
has been so good, man. Like much better than I expected. I don't even know what my expectation was, but it exceeded whatever that was.
oh,
Um,
you,
so I
man.
appreciate you, man. Seriously.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Thank you for the platform, man. Just thank you. Because a lot of people, sometimes people just want to vent and just
yeah,
tell tell you their story and tell you what they had they had to go through in life, or tell.
yeah,
So this is a perfect place to do it. So any medical professionals, or guys, make sure you choose to be on this platform. This is great.
yeah.
I
Thank you.
told you before, I was working with a surgery client, and one of my friends,
Yeah,
he's a therapist too. So I'm gonna tell him about you. Most definitely.
appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, he's great, man. He's great. I've been knowing him since high school. We played football together and everything. And now we're doing this. So
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely. I love to have him on too, man. That'd be great. Seriously.
yes, sir.
Dope, man. Well, appreciate you, man. We'll let you get back to your clients. Have a good weekend, man. Really appreciate you, man. We'll definitely have you back on. We have to.
Oh, most definitely, man. Say, man, I'm there. Say no more, brother.
All
And
right,
you be
my guy.
weekend.
Appreciate you, man. You too.
All right. I'll be
All
good.
right. Peace.
Sir.